So I wanted to make this will be our last lesson for 2 weeks, and I wanted to go over some things, review some things. Um, so we'll do a lesson, but I also wanted to show you things that you can do while while I'm not sending you lessons every single, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That you can do on your own time if you're like, I need to keep studying. I don't want to stop. Um, Good for you. I'm really proud of you if you think that. So I know you guys work hard, but if you want to take a break for 2 weeks and just not worry about English lessons, totally good too, right? So I wanted to just show you on the calendar um, what uh, when I'm gonna be sending you lessons again. So today right here is the 17th, right? So today's Thursday the 17th. I will not be sending lessons this week, right? The week of 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th of December, or the week after the 28th, the 29th, the 30th, or the 31st. So you can just take that time. You don't need to worry about English lessons because I won't be sending them to you. So you won't have any English lessons. But on the 4th, that is when the 4th of January is when I will start sending lessons again. So you can expect, right? You can know that you will start getting lessons again on that day. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was where to go if you want to study some more English or something. And like what places you can go. So there are websites that you can go to. You can use the app Duolingo. It's spelled Duo and then Lingo, and you can use it for English, right? Super awesome, really helpful. Um, there's also, if you like watching video lessons, there are 3 YouTube channels that are done by the same company, I think. And there's this person, Learn English with Emma. They spell it like this, Ingvid. It's just short for English video. And then there's this YouTube teacher, which I've sent you a few videos, which is English Lessons for You, Learn English with Ronnie. And then there's this YouTube channel, which is James. I've also sent you James's videos. James's ESL English Lessons, Ingvid. So to find these channels is what they're called on YouTube, you just go to like youtube.com and you just type in like James's English Lessons, and it should pop right up. See, he should pop right up and you should be able to click on it and go to his videos. If you want to do English lessons with Ronnie, and boom, they pop right up and you just click on it, and then you can look at what videos you want. You can click on videos right here. You can click on playlists, and it should show you, these are all the these are all the lessons. You also can go to my YouTube channel. It's just called English Lessons. It might be kind of hard to find, but I have a playlist called English Lessons, and it has almost 100 videos on it from all of the lessons I've ever sent you. So if there's one that you want to review or one that you want to look at, they're all just here. So you can look at ones that you don't really remember, or ones that you want to watch again because it's something that you want to learn more about, or you're not really sure on. You can just look at those ones. So that's really it. I won't send you lessons for 2 weeks, because the place that I work at is going to be closed for 2 weeks. So they don't pay us for 2 weeks. So I won't be working. But if you have questions, if you do need something, if you're just like, hey, Allison, I need a lesson on this, or if you're gonna apply for a job and you say, can you teach me, help me understand how to apply for a new job or an interview, you can text me, you can call me, you can do whatever you want, and I will help you. I'm here to help you. So if you need help while the 2 weeks on break, you can still call me and I'll still help you for sure. So that's some of the things you can look at to kind of have lessons. But I thought that today we would just again review using the different tenses, right? And in English, we don't really have a future tense in the same way that we have a past tense and a present tense. When we talk about the future, the word that we add is will, right? And sometimes we use the present continuous, but we can talk about that later. But the simple future tense is when we use the word will. So why do I use the word will? So future tense talks about anything after right now, right? So we talked about before, anything before right now is past, right? 1 minute ago is past. But when we talk about the future, it's anything that happens after right now. So for example, the time right now is 1 o'clock. 9 o'clock in the morning, that was the past. 6 o'clock at night, since it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 6 o'clock at night is in the future because it has not happened yet. And since it has not happened, then it's the future. So there are a lot of ways to talk about the future. You can use the verb will. So will is considered a verb. It's not the same kind of verb as like walk or take or sit. Those are actions, right? Will is what we call an auxiliary verb. It's a verb that helps the main verb to help us know what time we're talking about. So will is helping us. It helps the verb. So I will walk the dog, I will take the bus home, I will sit down. All things that you do in the future. It can be, right. It could be in 2 minutes that you're going to do it. It could be in 2 years that you're going to do it. You can use will for any of that. So this is how you put it together. So you have the subject, right? Who you're talking about or what you're talking about, will, and then the simple present verb. So what we've been working with, I will walk. You will walk. He will walk. She will walk. It will walk. They will walk. We will walk. My brother will walk. The dog will walk. So what does it mean? Why do we use this? So we use this tense to talk about an action in the future, and it's used to talk about an action in the future that is planned. So this is what we normally in English use it to talk about. It means we're talking about something that's in the future, but it's something that we have already thought about, that we've already planned. So I will leave it for, and we also use it to ask people to do an action. So when we say I will leave it for, you're letting them know I'm planning on in the future to do this. But we also use it to ask people to do things. Will Mark pick up my medicine? Right? So to make it not a question, it would say Mark will pick up my medicine. Planned. But when you ask someone, when you want them to do something, oh, will you go get my purse? Will you go get my phone? You're asking them to do an action for you. So that's why we use will when we ask a question. We're asking them if they will do it in the future, but we use it when we're asking them to do something for us. You also can use it to ask someone what they plan on doing in the future. So you could, if you see your coworker at the end of the day and you're like, oh, will you be here tomorrow? You're asking them, do you plan on being here tomorrow? Right? So you can use it in that way. And now we're going to talk about, so now we know how to use it. It's a review, but we're going to talk about how to make it negative. So we have the subject, the word will, and then we have to put the word not in there, right? Like when we used simple present, it was do not. When we use simple past, we say did not. And since we're talking about the future, we use will, and then we just add not, will not, and then the simple present verb. I will not walk. You will not walk. He will not walk. She will not walk. It will not walk. They will not walk. We will not walk. Amanda will not walk, right? So we have all the pronouns here, I, you, he, she, it, they, we. But we also, can use any kind of subject, right? We can use somebody's name. Amanda will not walk. My daughter will not walk, right? Sure. Okay, contractions. Will and not, right? In English, contractions did, not, didn't, do not, don't, cannot, can't. Will not is kind of tricky because instead of it being like what you would think, like wilt, right? Because it's like didn't, don't. We turn will not into won't. So when you hear someone say, oh, I won't do that, they're saying will not. I will not do it. I will not go to the store. I won't go to the store, right? My friend will not come with me turns into my friend won't come with me. And these mean the same exact things. Will not and won't are the same exact word. It's just squished together. It means the same thing. It's just a squished together version. So contractions that we've talked about a lot is I will is I'll, you will is you'll, it will, it'll. Like, and if you're like, I've never heard that before. When people comfort you or comfort someone, they say, oh, it will be okay. It will be okay. People will say, oh, it'll be okay. And you're just like, whoa, what did you just say? It will be okay. Or you can say, it'll be okay. It'll. It's a bit weird to say. She will is she'll. She'll come to work tomorrow. He will, he'll come to work tomorrow. They will, they'll come to work tomorrow. We will, will come to work tomorrow. So this is something if you haven't heard English a lot, it's really hard to understand when you're just listening to people, because when they say, oh, we'll come to work tomorrow, it sounds like they're just saying will come, like this, like will come to work tomorrow, instead of we will come to work tomorrow. So it takes a little bit to try and understand like what people are saying, how they're saying it. He will leave at 6 turns into he'll leave at 6 because we put he and will together. My family will not visit me this year. My family won't visit me this year because it's will not. I will open the door. I'll open the door. Now to make questions, we kind of talked about this a little bit. You just put the word will at the beginning of the sentence instead of between the subject and the simple present verb. So you would say, if somebody said, you will come home early, but you want to make it a question, will you come home early? That's how you turn it into a question. Will you pick up my medicine? Will you go to nursing school? So that's how we make it a question. So I'm going to just go over this again really quickly. So we have the subject here. Bloop, bloop, it's you, right? We're talking about you. And the verb that we have is pick, right? The simple present tense verb, pick, go. Those are the simple present verbs. Now, will just gets thrown up. So instead of coming in between the subject and the verb, we put it at the beginning. And this is all that we have to do to make it a question, right? We don't have to change the tense. We don't have to do any of that. All we have to do is just change where we put the word will, and that's what makes it a question. So when we're making a question, remember to put will at the beginning. When you're asking somebody to do something for you, or if you're asking somebody about their future plans, will you come to work tomorrow? Will you come with me to lunch? You're asking a question on the future, something that is supposed to happen in the future. And then when we make it a negative, we just put not in between the word will and the simple present verb. And then when we are just saying it normally, right, when we're just using the simple present tense, we just say the subject, who it is, or what are we talking about. The bus will come late, right? When we use the simple present verb, the bus will come late. So that's it for today. Really easy review. If you have any questions for me, or if you need some help while I'm not sending lessons for 2 weeks, just text me, call me, whatever. If you want to practice speaking English, you can call me. That's okay too. If you can't use your phone minutes, right? If that's a problem, then you can FaceTime me, or we can do a Zoom call, or I have WhatsApp. So whatever works for you. And I hope that you all have a wonderful holiday season. If you celebrate Christmas, if you celebrate Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, if you don't even celebrate any of those, if you celebrate Eid, um, whatever holiday that you celebrate, I hope that you have a good time. I know it's hard right now because we can't spend time with family because of COVID and everything that's going on, and so I hope that wherever you are, whoever you're with, that you know that I care about you, and I hope that you get lots of rest, and that I'm excited to see you hopefully soon, and so I can continue to teach you in person instead of doing videos. But I hope to see you all soon.